Is it working? Check YouTube. It's
As soon as people start joining the chat is when you freeze.
not.
Maybe you just can't have me on.
No, you're going through Skype, so that's not an issue. And my bandwidth is fine. It's showing 6,000 kilobits, so we're super good. Far as the bandwidth, like not an issue at all. Technically, we're streaming. I'm just not seeing anything on YouTube. That's the only thing. Maybe I just need to go to YouTube and just do it through YouTube, because I'm using a third-party application right now. Okay. Well, it's streaming on YouTube right now. I'm looking at the. I'm doing it from a computer, and it's showing that it's working. Dan, where your God's plan had earlier. Looking forward to the stream. Right. That was from Gary. Okay, I think we're good. We're actually streaming to YouTube. Whatever, it's working. So we're gonna keep it as is. I was hoping to stream also to Facebook, but whatever. We're gonna drop Facebook for now, just for this stream. All right. Hey, Cliff, can you see the? Do you have chat enabled? Do you see the chat?
I'm not even getting the stream right now.
Are you you're talking to me on the phone, I'm guessing, right? And are you
Right.
trying to watch the stream on the computer or also on the phone?
On a tablet.
Tablet? You want to probably just exit the browser, like close it completely, because that's what I did.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. Is it good now?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Okay, what are we gonna talk about? Because I have two topics here. It's car prices, they're gonna go up, and people being afraid of bad economy. What do you want to talk about first?
Let's talk car prices.
All right. So you know how people aren't buying cars right now because they're super afraid?
Mm-hmm.
So the people aren't magically gonna have cars dropped in their backyard. So we're piling up all these car purchases. So it's gonna slingshot. So right now we have no car purchases or very little, right? As soon as this situation is over with the virus or whatever, people are gonna be buying cars again, and people are gonna be buying cars a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. So here's the funny thing: the dealerships are gonna get a lot of money from the government right now, and they're gonna make fuck ton more money afterwards. After the situation is over. So they are gonna make so much money. It's ridiculous. It really is crazy. So that's my 2 cents on that. Fly by, welcome to the stream, buddy. Good to see you here. Second Life, what up, dude? We're back. Jay, it's working perfectly fine. Oh, and something else. There's some people that I read some comments, on my previous stream. Somebody was telling me, hey, Dan, you're giving bad advice. You're telling people to go out and buy a car right now. You don't know what's going to be going on. What if there's going to be like 30% unemployment? Well, let's say there is 30% unemployment and you want to get a job. Who do you think is going to get hired? The guy with a car or the guy without a car? you know? So, I mean, even if there's going to be unemployment, I mean, get yourself a $200, $300 car note, and you're still going to be able to go out, get a job, and it's only $300 a month. Skip on some of the fluff and make enough money to keep the car payment. What do you think about that? Cliff?
I agree. There was a study done a while ago. I forget when it was, but they actually proved that people that had cars are actually more likely to keep a job, and then also people are also, you know, able to get hired because they have reliable transportation. They don't have to get a bus, anything like that. I know where my wife works, that's kind of one of the things that they use to determine if you're going to get hired or not is you have reliable transportation and can you get to and from work? That's one of the very first questions that they ask them. So,
Yeah. Hey, Cliff, I think could you lower the volume on the tablet? Because the microphone is picking it up and it's going into the stream.
yeah, I turned it off.
Awesome, perfect, thanks. Hey guys, can you hear Cliff okay, or should I turn them up, or how's the sound on his end? Because in my headphone it's perfect, but that's my headphones. I want to make sure you can hear him okay also. All right, perfect. Thanks, Flyby. Appreciate it. It's all good. Okay. What do you guys think about GM? You know how GM is going to be getting some money from the government because they're not selling cars, right? But they are retooling their factory to be selling masks. So in a car department, they're not making money, but they're going to be making money in the mask department. And there's still a very good chance that they're going to get a lot of money from the government. I mean, where do I sign up for this deal? Oh God. Sounds good. Justin Bradley, $7,000 isn't too much. What are you talking about, Justin? 7,000 of what isn't too much? Um, well, you know what I was thinking? I was thinking to do the same thing like we're doing, but with like cars and coffee people. You know what that is?
Yeah,
I was thinking to do like with like a local, maybe Florida or something like that, some kind of group of cars and coffee, because there's a lot of car enthusiasts over there. I used to be huge into it when I had a Skyline, but then I got into work, had to grow up, had to leave that for a minute. Maybe I'll get back to it. Flyby, are you like from Seattle or something? Richmond? That's Seattle, right? Uh, Justin, $7,000 is not a lot off a Palisade. Are you fucking kidding me? That's huge. It is absolutely huge.
I
Hyundai
think
Palisade is like the hottest SUV right now. So, I mean, if you get 7,000 off a Ford or a Chevy or a Dodge, whatever, everybody and their mama is getting that. But off a Hyundai Palisade or Kia Telluride, dude, that's unheard of. That's unheard of. It's the hottest SUV in the country. Like people are lining up to buy that.
yeah. Hello?
Yo, what up, dude?
Oh, it just cut me out.
Yeah, yeah. For some reason, it's dropping out, but you're still here. We're losing you, but you're still here.
Okay.
Paul, Scotty Kilmer says, "Do not buy GM." We listen to every word Scotty says. I mean, cool. I just don't really. I don't see why not buy a GM. I mean, I wouldn't say they're as amazing as Tellurides, as Kia or Palisade with their 100,000-mile warranty, but I don't think they're horrible. Jazzy Love, I'll never buy a GMC car even if they gave it to me for free. Shit, I'll take a free Chrysler. Shit, I'll take free anything. I don't give a shit. Scotty Kilmer, don't lie, always tells the truth. Yeah, I like Scotty a lot. I respect the guy, but yes, there's really good cars, amazing cars, right? And there's okay cars. So I think GM is not that bad. Gary E. Danny, I agree with 99% of everything you talk about, but I think this is go around is gonna crash economy. It's not gonna be good. Good dollar is gonna end up being 10 cents. I don't think dollar is gonna end up being 10 cents. Uh, Here's why, because this is kind of unexpected, and big companies are losing money. Big companies are losing money, so that means that this was not super intentional. So if the like for example, if Amazon was ready for this, if Apple was ready for this, if Microsoft was ready for this, if multi-billion-dollar corporations were ready for this and they weren't losing money, then then we got things to be scared of. But even if the big guys are in trouble, that means we're gonna bounce up. I mean, that's just my 2 cents on it. You know what I mean? 24-hour car. What number should I call for debating? Right here, bro. There's the phone number is literally on your screen. 772-202-2116. That's literally the phone number. Give me a good GM product. I think their trucks are pretty good. You know, Cliff, what do you think about GM trucks on a scale of 1 to 10? Are they better than Ford or Toyota?
I wouldn't go that far. I would rate them probably about, I don't know, my personal opinion, like a 7. The only thing I don't like about the GM trucks is I think that they are massively overpriced. But nowadays, a lot of the trucks are overpriced because if you look at, what's trending, cars are not the hot sellers. It's SUVs, and then behind them is trucks, and that's what people are buying. And I think because GM car sales have gone down,
Yeah.
that's what they're capitalizing on. So, their Silverado line, and then of course their SUVs, the Equinox, and I think the Trax. Those, but yeah, that's what they're capitalizing on.
Yeah. Well, because engines have gotten more economical, people are buying more SUVs. People always wanted to buy SUVs. Always. I mean, since the 80s, I mean, Suburban was kicking ass in the 80s, in the 90s. But right now, because our engines got better, we can get same fuel economy on a CRV as a Honda Accord. There's no reason for me to buy a Honda Accord where I can get a roomier, more same fuel economy and more comfortable CRV. What was his? Hold on, who was it here? Who was trying to call into 24-hour car? If you're trying to call, you're gonna have to try again, because again, this is our first time doing this thing. Uh, so you're gonna have to try again if you're trying to call and it didn't work. Paul, Scotty never buy Kia. I love Kia. I love Kia. Like, why isn't Toyota coming out with a 100,000-mile warranty? I mean, where is Acura? Where is Lexus? Where is Infiniti? Where is Nissan? Where is Honda? Where is Ford? GM, GMC, Chrysler, right? Where are they? 24-hour car. Just try it now. Again, listen, this is going to be like whatever works. You have a delayed echo. Where could the echo be coming from? Is the echo loud? If it's not loud, it could be. Cliff, you got the iPad sound turned off, right?
Yep,
Or you maybe headphones or something.
just me and my phone.
I'm trying to figure out why. Hold on.
No, I did turn you down. You were coming loud in on my phone, so
Okay,
maybe
hold
that
on.
will help.
You know what I'm gonna do? We're gonna have another freaking call. This. Hey, Cliff, can you hear this? I'm calling a guy from using Google Voice. This is insane. I'm on the phone with you through Skype, and I'm trying to call another guy. I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to hear him. Hello?
I'm here.
You're here. Okay. Hold on.
Hello?
Hold on. I'm gonna have to do something here really quick. I have to go to settings. Oh my god. Uh, Let me choose a different mic here. Hello? Hello?
I'm here, but I don't
Okay.
hear anybody else.
Hello?
Oh, okay, okay. Hold on. Hold
Hello?
on.
Hello? Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I put a phone number in because somebody was really disagreeing with me on something, and I want him to call in into the stream. Yo, what up? 24-hour car. Can you hear me? Oh,
Maybe
Hello?
24-hour
Dan?
car is
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
Davenport, the Chevy dude?
Hello?
No, no, no,
I'm
no.
trying
It's
to.
no, 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 no. It's a different guy.
Hello?
Oh, hold on, hold on. I think I'm gonna have to hold on a second. I'm gonna have to connect my microphone. It's I know this guy, this 24-hour car guy. Let me try calling him again.
Hello?
Yo, what up, dude? Can you hear me? 24-hour car.
Hello? Hello, Dan. How are you?
What up, dude? What's your name?
My name is Cody.
Cody. All right, talk to me, Cody. Hold on. Whoever's in the stream, can you hear Cody? Okay. Is it coming through?
Alright.
Can you guys hear Cody? Hey, Cliff, can you do me a huge? You can't hear him. Damn it. No, won't get any deals right now. Yeah, if you're trying to buy a Corvette right now, I don't think you're gonna get a deal. To be honest with you, they don't have too many of them out there.
Can you hear me?
All the 2020, yeah, 2020
Hmm?
Corvette orders are
I can't
done.
hear my
They're not
I can't
releasing
hear myself.
taking
That's
any more
something.
orders until I
So I'm
think
watching the stream right now.
October, November is when they're going to start taking orders, and that's for 2021 models. But if you're trying to get a 2020, should have bought last summer.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Yes, I absolutely agree with you, Cliff. Let's put a pin on that. Cody, say something. I wanna make sure it's working. Cody.
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, Cody, you're gonna have to speak up like way louder.
Okay. Yes. Hello?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I hear you. Hey, Cliff, Cliff? Can you help me out here? I have another guy that's from the stream, and I'm trying to use Google Voice. Is he coming through on the stream or no?
I
You
have
know.
my voice down or my volume
Okay.
down.
Okay. You can just mute us on a Skype.
Hold on.
I'm sorry? Can you hear me, Dan? Can
Yeah,
Dan
yeah,
hear
yeah,
me?
yeah. I can hear you. Uh,
The
who
question is
is?
can they?
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Cody, I think we're gonna have to drop this for now because I can't figure out how to make you louder.
Alright. We'll try again and we'll try again soon.
Yeah, let's try it maybe next Sunday or something like that. Again, I gotta figure out how I can make sure that people hear you. You know,
Okay.
because
Okay. All right. We'll talk to you soon.
all right, perfect. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
All right, Cliff. It's just you and me now. All right, who is Cliff? He's one of the guys from our group. He's the guy that got an awesome deal on Palisade. All right, Cliff, just tell your story. I'm not even gonna interrupt you. Just tell your story from the start. What'd you do? How'd you get a nice deal? And just pretty much, tell us the story.
Well, my name is Cliff. I live in Florida along with Dan. Different county though, but
Yeah, yeah. We don't live in the same apartment.
yeah, don't live in the same apartment. Different county. I live in the center part of the state, but I got a deal on my Palisade, like Dan said. I got like 7,000, 6,000, somewhere around there. I
Oh,
got
hold
it
on.
off of.
Hold on a second. They're saying they can't hear you. Yeah, I'm just going through the settings right now. I want to make sure everybody can hear. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Can you guys? All right. Can you guys
Can you
hear Cliff? You're gonna have to say something.
How about now? Am I coming through loud now?
Yeah, you're just gonna have to speak up.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, we're good. We're good.
All right. So, anyways, yeah, I live in Florida. I live in the center part of the state, but what I did to get the deal on my Palisade, first of all, you got to do research. That is like the number one thing that you have to do. So I can't stress that enough. What I mean, that's like number one. That's your first task. Do research. Find what car you want to buy, and then from there, you need to research it. Because originally, when we started out looking at cars, I was looking at a Honda Odyssey. And then I decided I didn't want a minivan anymore. I wanted an SUV. And, I knew about 3-row SUVs, and what I knew about was the Honda Pilot. But I started looking for other options that were out there. And I went and saw a whole bunch of videos, and I'm like, nope, I don't want the Pilot. So I started looking at other ones, and then I had three options. I had the Palisade, the Telluride, and the Atlas we were looking at. But again, when did research, decided, nope, I don't want the Atlas at all. So I decided to go with the Telluride or the Palisade. So what I did is I had found Dan's videos and I started watching them. The first one I watched was your what dealer fees not to pay in I think 2019 or whatever, 2018, whenever you put that one.
Yeah, that video
So
is hella old. That shit is like, yeah, that thing is super old.
yeah, but I went and I watched that one. I thought you were hilarious, so I just started watching like a whole bunch of your videos, and I'm like, huh, this guy knows what he's talking about. So um, I watched a couple videos here and there, and then I decided, well, I'm gonna try Dan's method. So that's what I did is I went and I found all these different dealers, you know, and I think I looked in like 100-mile radius of where I was. So I just went and got the email addresses for all of them, and then I went into email and I blank carbon copied all the addresses. I put them in, and then I literally went and cut and pasted. So this is what I'm looking for. This is the trim level. This is the package that I want. And then these are the three colors that are good for the interior, and this is the color or the exterior, and this color that I want on the interior. And then from there, I went and I sent it out, and I started seeing who was replying. And then I decided, well, maybe I should go drive these cars because that would probably be a really good idea. So I went down, I drove a Telluride. I drove that. That was very nice. I like that. Now I drove the Palisade, and I like that. But my wife liked the Palisade more, so that's what we decided to do. And then Dan tells you in one of his videos, he's like, go down, take the test drive, and then leave. Get the fuck out. And I
Mm-hmm.
literally told the guy after I took the test drive, I literally told him the line from your video, got a leaky roof, gotta go fix it. And he kept saying, well, let me go get the keys. Won't you come back in and talk to me? And I'm like, nope, got a leaky roof. And I went and I left. So, and then as the car deals kept coming in, I would get a quote, and then I would take that quote and I would send it back out to whatever dealer was like the next lowest. And I just kept doing that over and over and over again. And I mean, it took work. It took about 2.5 to almost 3 weeks of just constantly doing that grind. And not every dealer I contacted, called me back. And I would get a
Mm.
lot of them calling up, hey, we need you to come in. I can't negotiate price unless you come in, all that crap that they do. Presence is power, bro. We need you to come in. Like, nope, can't do it. Text me, email me, not coming in. So I did that for a good 3 weeks, and then when I finally got down to the bottom price, and the price that I got on mine was $38,500. 38,506 was the exact number, and that was with tax tag, title, the minimum documentation fee, which I think in Florida is like $104, something like that, and that was it. So went in, gave him a check, um, you know, 40 minutes in and out, done. Drove off, and that was it. So
How long did you spend in a dealership?
literally for 40 minutes. And the
That's
only
why.
reason that we spent that long is because they were behind in detailing
Mm.
and they needed an additional 10 minutes to put all the floor mats in.
That's exactly why I call, like, why I started this with the name 60-minute car, because it shouldn't take you more than 60 minutes to buy a car. If it's more than 60 minutes, something is messed up. Like, you messed up somewhere. So it should be that quick, you know? Got
Mm-hmm.
the money, you got the car, trade the money for the car, get the keys, sign the paperwork, get the fuck out. You know, these deals shouldn't be taking 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. I remember car deals where I worked for 8 hours. I was at 8 hours in a car deal. I could have, I could fucking barbecued like a fucking hog. I could have fucking smoked a deer in fucking 8 hours. Oh God,
And
it's
and the
ridiculous.
funny thing is when we went to go pick up my car, we were sitting at a table because like they don't like to do like the whole cubicle thing. So they had people sit around like almost like a break room type thing where you're at individual tables doing deals. And I heard people going through like the high pitched cars sales pitches and things like that. And I'm like, oh my God, how are you people falling for this crap? Like, the way the salesmen talk to you, like a lot of the
Mm.
things that you talk about in your videos, that's what they were doing. But again, it's people that weren't prepared to buy a car. So, and the one guy was there with his newborn, and they had been waiting there. I was talking to the guy. He's like, "Yeah, we've been here 4 hours," and they were like trying to buy a Tucson, and I'm like, "You've been here 4 hours?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I wish I did what you did." And he goes, "What'd you do?" Yeah, I did research, man. That's what you got to do. So it shouldn't take 4 hours to buy a car.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I used to, like, probably up to 4 months ago, I used to think the same thing. How are these customers still getting scammed? It's really easy. You know, um, they just don't know better. That's how they grew up. It's like me going to 400 years ago, and people thinking the Earth is flat. Well, why are you so stupid? Not Galileo. What's his name? I forgot the guy proved like 2,000 years ago that the Earth was round. Not Galileo. I forgot who it was. Um, like 2,000 years ago. They just don't know. It's not really their. It's not even their fault that they don't know. They just don't know because they don't know. Um,
Hmm.
So, I used to be the same way. I used to think, yeah, people are just stupid. Not really. Like, you can't be smart because nobody told you this. It's not even customers' fault. You know, and something else. When I go to a surgeon, right, and
Mhm.
he fucks up the surgery, am I to blame because he fucked up the surgery? No, I trusted a professional, and they fucked it up. I trusted a
Mhm.
salesman that he has that he has integrity, that he has fiduciary obligation to me, and that he has his best interest. I mean, my best interest is his mind. That's not
Mhm.
true. Salesmen don't care about you. The dealership doesn't give a shit about you. The state politician doesn't care about you. So the dealerships will lie to you. They will take advantage of you, and nobody will do anything to stop that if you don't. It's your responsibility, but you gotta have the fucking knowledge and the skills to do that. You know.
Yep. And
So
that's what I think people need to get. I mean, one is the knowledge, and then two is the skills. So, and that was a big thing that I took away from your videos is you don't have to talk to the dealers. You don't have to go into the dealership. And once I saw that in one of your videos, I'm like, well, yeah, that makes sense. Because if you go to a dealer, you're gonna get, hey, come on in. Like there was one dealership I went to, the Kia dealer, to go take a ride in a Telluride. Yeah, the guy was like, "Oh, why don't you come inside and let me find the keys?" I stood right there and waited for him to bring the keys out to me. So I didn't even bother to go into the dealership. I like stood there and made him come out because I remember in one of your videos, like the salesman will take advantage of you, and that you said that was one of the things that you used to do. You would hold the door open and then
oh yeah, oh
yeah,
yeah.
yep. So that was one of the things I did when I went to go, test drive the cars. Is I stood right there, and I let him get the keys, and I didn't move. So the guy's like, "Oh, come inside and we'll find those keys." Nope, I'll be right here waiting. So
Wow, you took that shit seriously.
I did. I figure if anything, if it doesn't work, then be like, ah, I don't watch this guy's videos anymore. But it does work. Now, you know, I think the other thing that people need is the skills, and that's one of the hardest things that you have to do is you have to negotiate. But people are too scared to come back and push back on the dealer, and they kind of believe the dealer when the dealer goes, "Oh, we can't get a really good deal," or "What's the number?" or anything like that, because people are scared to push back on the dealer and do any type of negotiation, and they hear that, "Oh, this is the best price that we can do," and then they believe it. It's like, okay, well, you know maybe that is the best price that you can do, but don't take that car deal if you're not comfortable on it, and don't be afraid to counter offer them something else, because
hmm
what's the worst thing that they're going to say? No, we can't do a deal. Okay, fine. you know and if you're not there in the dealership, they can't do that. Well, wait, or let me go talk to my manager. Every time they get up and go talk to their manager or anything like that, they are just wearing you down more and more and more. So
Yeah,
maybe not.
I'm gonna interrupt you here because I am really good at that. Um, Number one, hold on, just want to respond something to a chat. Uh, US made one. Just text me about the Corvette. Just text me, okay? Like I have a phone number here, in the video for a reason. I made it a little simple because a lot of people have been asking, hey, Dan, what's your phone number? I mean, it was in the description. It's under every single video. You know what? I'll make it even easier. I'll put it literally in the video. That's number one. And to your point, what you were saying is the dealership is saying, hey, we can't do any lower. This is our best
You cut
price.
out.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Hello.
Okay, now I can hear you.
Okay. 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 Yeah.
Well,
So the dealership is telling people, hey, we can't do any lower. This is our best price or whatever. Well, if you haven't contacted 50, 70, 80 dealers, how do you know that? You know, only after you put in the numbers, you put in the work, you know what's the best, right? That's just like running a 10-yard dashes, right? I mean, for those of you that played sports or played football, you can only know your best after you run a lot of dashes. right? If you ran like 3 of
Hmm.
them, that's not your best. That's just you ran 3. You run 50, you run 70, in one day, yeah, you're gonna know your best. I mean, what do you think about that?
I agree.
What do you got to put in the
You
work?
gotta you gotta put in the work. And that's the other thing too. People don't want to put in the work, or they want someone to tell them, okay, this is what it should be.
Mm-hmm.
So, and even if somebody like, I or Dan or, whatever, whoever else you're getting advice from, even if they tell you this is what the number should be, you're going to have to work to get to that number because you're going to have to do a little bit of work. No dealer is just automatically going to come and give you the best price. That's that's just not the way it's going to work. So even these no-haggle places, they're not going to give you the best price.
Mm-hmm.
They just
Mm-hmm.
don't want you to push back on them. And if you believe that that's the best price and that's what you're going to get, then maybe you'll go for that price because you're not going to know that you need to push back even harder. But somebody telling you what the price should be doesn't mean that's the price that you're going to get. And like, even if you tell somebody, hey, for this car, you should only be paying this much, you're not going to get that price unless you do the work for it.
What trim level did you get? There's some guys asking. What
I
trim
got
level?
the SEL with convenience package.
SEL with convenience package. That's almost the top, right? That's right below the premium.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, you first it doesn't like you can do these deals on on expensive cars with high levels, with high trim levels. This is not just for you know Civics, or Toyota Corollas or some low level Hyundai Elantras. You can do these deals on expensive cars. I would consider this a pretty expensive car. What's the MSRP on it? Like 52 or something? 51?
This model, it was stickering right at, some dealers had like 41, 42, but that was
Oh
the
yeah, yeah.
average.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. My bad, my bad. I was like 10 grand off. Yeah, 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 yeah. So, I mean, that's $40,000 car. So if you're
Yeah.
trying to get the best possible deal, someone's gonna have to put in the work. It's either you or somebody's gonna have to put in the work, call in the dealers, do the research, and fight for the numbers. Just how it is. And something else.
Absolutely.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to agree with you. And even on my mom just bought a Corvette that she had, and I taught her like the basics of what to do. Um, and she went and bought a C7 Corvette ZL3, I think, or something like that.
Wow, you,
Um,
you you got a cool mom.
yeah, so I forget what level she got, but anyway, she got a Corvette Stingray C7 3LT. That's what it is, a 3LT Z51 package, and I mean she got that car for $74,000, and that car was
Woo!
stickering. Yeah, that car was stickering at 91,000. So she
Holy
got
crap.
21,000 off that, and that was before all this coronavirus stuff kicked off. So, but they came and told her, "Oh, this is the best deal that we can do in the car," and she was getting ready to take the deal at $90,000, and I'm like, "Whoa, how many dealers have you contacted?" Well, two. Oh, so
Yeah, let's add a zero to it at least. Let's multiply that.
yeah. And I told her, I go, they still have these things on the lot. The C8s haven't even been delivered yet.
Huh?
So, and she's like, well, they're hard to find. I'm like, well, they're not hard to find. I mean, you gotta go look for them, but don't believe that this is the only place that you can look. She contacted like 3 dealers, and one dealer told her that they didn't have them. So she went with, the 2 dealers that were like local. And I'm like, oh, mom. Mm. So, but again, my mom comes from that school of thought. Gotta go down to the dealership, and I gotta sit there and haggle for a price, and like, nope, that's not the way you do it. So
Yeah. Paul, what's your question? Like, I'm trying to, there's a chat going on. There's between you guys. You're just talking between yourselves. I'm not seeing like a question to me that I really missed. There's a guy about the Corvette, but yeah, Paul, like, Paul, I like that's how this works. Whenever we have two people on, we're supposed to be talking. I mean, that's the point of bringing people on, is to be talking with them. Another thing that I want to mention is the mentality. The first thing that I talk about in the training program is the mentality. You gotta have the mentality that you want the best things in your life. You don't want just an average car deal. You don't want a good car price or a fair car price or a great car price, whatever the hell that means. I want the best possible deal that I can get. I'm not just looking for an average deal for just okay price, right? So a lot of people have been fooled or tricked, or have been conditioned. I swear I'm not trying to be Alex Jones here, but they have been conditioned into thinking you should be getting this good car deal and a fair price. There is no such a thing as a good car deal and a fair price. There's average, what everybody else is getting, and there's the best possible price. There's what everybody else is going to get screwed on, and there's what you're going to fight for. And I mean fight for, because you're going to have to fight for it.
yep.
So yeah.
Paul said that I'm hogging all the time.
I know, dude. I was just responding just a second ago. It's like, that's how interviews work. It's a look. We're supposed to be talking. This is not. Oh my God, Paul. I don't think you understand how like radio shows work, or how shows work. Have you seen like late night TV shows? That's how this works. Um,
But his
Dan.
question is about the MSRP sticker and the
Okay.
transportation delivery fee, and every salesman in Montreal, Canada says you have to pay it. What should I tell them? I have paper and pen ready.
What should you tell him? I mean, Cliff, you go ahead. Tell him the answer, because I know. I mean, you already know. I don't. You know what? I can take a break here. Go ahead. Tell him.
You don't have to pay the delivery fee. If they're going to
Exactly.
charge you a delivery fee, the delivery fee is already built in to the MSRP. The car was already paid for, and that delivery fee is something that the manufacturers get a tax credit on. So, I mean, they're writing that off as a business expense.
Hmm?
So you don't have to pay the transportation fee. And if they're going to force you to pay the transportation fee, then negotiate that off the price of the car. But you don't have to pay the transportation fee. But if you're not going to argue with them about it, then yeah, they're going to say that you have to pay it. But that is already included in the MSRP. But all businesses, all of them, either get reimbursed by the manufacturer or they take it as a tax write off. I don't know how it is in Canada, but I can't imagine it's any different than how it is here in the States. But I mean, maybe Dan has more on it than me, but I mean, I can tell you that that's how it is here.
Yeah. Listen, Paul. I mean, Canada is like a a copy of America, except not as cool. Oh God, I love to fuck with people. Listen. If the sticker price says MSRP already in there, or not the MSRP, but the destination charge, ask the dealership, hey, why am I paying for service that has been performed once, twice, right? Why are you charging me 2 times for the service that has been performed once? The car has been delivered to your parking lot one time. It's already sitting here, and it's included in the MSRP. Why are you charging me again? I mean, to be honest with you, I think you should lawyer up and do something about it. Because they cannot be charging you 2 times for the service that has been performed once. That is literally super illegal. Again, I don't know how Canada is and what your laws are. Maybe that's allowed, but talk to some people. You guys, you gotta fight for yourself, because if you don't fight for yourself, ain't nobody else gonna. That's the that's the fucking truth. Um, Yo, Cliff, you should definitely be reading the questions, because God knows I can't read.
Yeah.
uh,
And plus,
Mario.
I mean, we're not messing with you. I mean, I just read your last comment. I'm not messing with you. I'm just saying that, you know, you gotta ask the questions, why do I have to pay the destination fee? And if they say, well, because the fee had to, or the vehicle had to be delivered, but it's already here, so they can't charge you a destination fee again for something that was already done. The destination fee is what they charge you for, the vehicle being transported on the car carrier,
Hmm.
to wherever you are. But again, that is either paid for by the manufacturer, Hyundai, Toyota, Chevy, whatever, and then most businesses, it's a tax write-off. So it doesn't cost them anything to go ahead and write that fee off.
Absolutely, abso-freaking-lutely. Um, Dan, you're savage. Thanks, appreciate it. Um, Hold on, there was a question here from Jazzy Vibes. Listen, I'm not a huge fan of European cars. I do not think there is a single European car that can outlast Honda, Kia, Toyota, Mazda, shit, Ford, Chevy. There isn't. Like, why? Like, BMW, Jaguar, Mercedes, Audi, Fiat, Volkswagen, Volvo. Which one of them can outlast a Honda, Toyota, Kia, Hyundai, Mazda? Why are they charging premium? You know, why are they charging premium for their cars when they cannot outlast a freaking Toyota Corolla or Honda Civic? It just doesn't make sense. Um, what else?
I think the
Go ahead.
X5 is a good looking car, but
Oh yeah, it's
yeah,
beautiful.
like Z Stray, I think she said earlier, you are going to have higher maintenance costs. All my cousins, well, not all of them, but a lot of my cousins drive BMWs, and they always have super high maintenance costs. Like, it is ridiculous the amount of things that they have to pay for. And then on top of that, they always have problems with their cars right when they get about 35,000 miles.
Hmm?
All of them, every single one, have a problem of some type with the engine. It doesn't, sound as smooth or whatever. And I don't know what it is about the BMWs, but that's the way it goes on their cars.
Shit, Cliff, do you have all your cousins fucking Russian or something? They're all driving
No,
BMWs.
it's my aunt has four kids, and
Uh-huh.
three of her kids all drive BMWs, but it's the three that don't have any kids, and the
Uh-huh.
one that has kids, he drives Honda.
See? Because see, once you get kids, you can't be spending crazy money on fucking oil changes and constantly replacing sensors and computers and shit like that. Um,
Yeah, but the three with no kids, yeah,
yeah.
they got BMWs.
Corgi, so over at Mazda, they have suggested MSRP plus delivery fee equals dealer MSRP. Corgi, what the fuck is a dealer MSRP? Literally, MSRP, manufacturer, manufacturer suggested retail price. Is dealer manufacturer? No. Like literally, it says in the fucking name, manufacturer, not a retailer, right? Not a retailer. It says manufacturer suggested retail price. So how you like dealer cannot even have MSRP. Like that doesn't make any sense like in any logical way. You, the only person that can set MSRP is the manufacturer. I mean, Cliff, would you agree on that one?
Yeah. So, and I think I know what he's talking about. He's talking about
He's talking
the
about a
Moroni.
dealer markup.
Well, I think he's talking about on the Maroni sticker because it has like it'll list the price of the car, and then right below it, they'll have like the addendums and the dealer added options and things like that. And then they always tack on the destination fee
Mm-hmm.
onto that price. But on the Maroni sticker, yeah, you'll have a base price, which is usually the, MSRP suggested price. And then right below that will be whatever the dealer added on, their crap or whatever they, they're giving you for free. And then the destination fee is always added onto that. And then he's right. They're talking about a completely separate charge. So then you get another price. So the first price you're getting is the MSRP from the manufacturer, what they say the car is. And then you got all the other crap. And then, boom, the delivery fee or however they term it. And then you got a completely different price, which is the bottom line price or what we call the bottom line price.
Yeah. I'm just also replying. I don't want to interrupt you, so I want to reply to some of these cars. Z Straight, if you get your car, lease it. Why would you lease a car? Like, there's like only there's people lease a car because they can't afford to buy a car because leasing is a little cheaper upfront, but it's more expensive long term. So I live in Miami. I go to South Beach and I see all these motherfuckers leased fucking cars, leased fucking Rolls Royces, leased Mercedes, $100,000 Mercedes, $200,000 fucking G wagons, leased all that shit. Here's the thing: if you are making fuck you money, right? If you're making a lot of money, you're making 300, 500, $700,000 a year. You have a business and you can lease a Lambo and you can write it off. Dude, more power to you. Get the Lambo, get the bitches. But if you're barely scraping by and you wanna lease lease a Chevy, like why the fuck would you do that? It doesn't make sense. If you're leasing a really cool car, whatever, right? You're gonna write it off. It's better. I'd rather ride in a Lambo than pay taxes. I'd rather waste money on the Lambo than pay taxes at the end of the year. Okay, that makes sense. But if you're leasing just an average car and you can't write it off for business, leasing is a horrible idea. That's number one. Um, and number two, Paul, every dealership is closed in Montreal until May 1st, so no one can buy a car. I will be visiting once again whenever it opens up. Here's the thing, Paul. I mean, that sucks, you know. Uh, but a lot of car dealers, even though they're closed in New Jersey or New York, they're closed. There's still people inside the car dealership, and I'm literally trying to make a deal on the car that we will pick up whenever the car dealership is open. I'm literally negotiating on the fucking future. So you can get creative with these guys. So some people are saying, yeah, it's bad time to buy a car right now. Right now is amazing time to buy a car. Um, okay.
And I know where I live, if
Huh?
you buy a car, they will actually come and deliver it to you. So, I mean,
Exactly.
that's one of the things that they're doing here. So,
Yeah, abso-freaking-lutely, dude. Second Life, you got to get out more and go for a walk. Yeah, Cliff, if you wanna grab a question from here, feel free to do that.
well,
Uh,
let's see. Rant Joe, what do you guys think about how Tesla sells their cars throughout the internet? I think that's a great idea, but the only problem is on a Tesla, you really can't negotiate on the price. But I mean, that's one of the bad things that you can't do. You can't really negotiate on a Tesla, at least not in my experience. Maybe that's changed since then,
mm-mm,
but I know
mm-mm.
before in the Teslas, you could negotiate like what they were selling the car for. That was it, and then you got a whole bunch of options to add on to the car afterwards, and then you got your bottom price, and then they went through the whole thing. So, but hey.
Yeah. I like what Tesla is doing. To be honest with you, I don't like the whole. I I like their business model. That's the only thing I like about Tesla. That's the only thing that I do like about Tesla. Z Straight, I would lease a car before buying a brand new. Why? Z Straight, when you buy a car, you pay it off in 5 years. When you lease a car, you have a lifelong car payment. That's like really uncool in my book. Why would I have a lifelong car payment? And Paul, if you're going out to a store, bro, be careful. Like I fucking mean it. Be careful. Stay away from sneezing, coughing, mask up. I'm not like literally, dude. As soon as I heard this, I bought a bunch of stuff and I'm like just chilling home, not even going anywhere.
Let me answer Second Life's question. He asked,
Yeah.
did I give them price to start? They provide me with a starting price. I didn't give them a price to start. I just asked them, all dealers, and it was just a basic thing. This is what I'm looking for. This is a trim. This is a package. And then, I went to see what the best deal was. And a lot of dealerships came back immediately with the MSRP price. Like, that's what they said their best deal was. So I didn't come in and tell them, this is what I'm looking for. Now, once I started getting the deals coming in, then I took those quotes and I would send them to whatever dealer was like the next cheapest, and I would say, "Can you beat this deal?" And then they either told me they could or they couldn't. So, and I just kept playing that game over and over again until I finally got down to I didn't have any more dealers left. I had two left. And this is the other thing I want to tell you too. Don't close out a deal or don't, write off any other people until you are driving off in your car,
Uh-huh.
because I was getting ready to buy from one dealer and he was the cheapest, but the guy, suddenly didn't have the car, or didn't have the Palisade in the color I wanted, and then the seats were wrong and everything else. I mean, I was ready to go buy a car from this guy, and then at the last minute, all these things just kept happening and it blew the whole sales up. So I went, and got my car from where I got it from. But yeah, that's the other thing. Don't write off any deal that you have until you're driving off the lot in your new car. So
Yeah. Always be super professional, even though like you hear me cussing and and that's how I talk in real life. But I don't start off negotiating or talking with the dealership like this. Like I'm not being a piece of shit on the phone. I'm being extremely professional, extremely courteous because you're talking to a person on the other end. You're not, yeah, I disagree with what they're doing, you know, but I'm not gonna treat them like a piece of shit right off the bat. Like if they treat me like crap, then I'm gonna show them my brown side. But until then, I'm not. Yeah, you guys like what Cliff just said. You gotta have people in your pocket. When you think you have a deal done, hey, you know what? Maybe you can call somebody else. You know, work on them, massage them a little bit, right, Cliff?
yeah. And I mean, I was like the one guy that I was going to, that deal was set, done. And
Oh,
then suddenly he gets to the dealership and, oh, hey, I don't have that color. And, but I got this color. And I had given them all three choices to choose from anyway. So that wasn't that big of a deal. But then when we got to the interior color, no, that was like my thing. So, like, nope, that's not what I wanted. Like, I have four kids, so
mm,
I did not want the Palisade has that two-tone seats where it's like, a light gray and a black, and
mm,
then they had black. Um, so he had the light gray, and I'm like, that's not gonna work. My kids, intentionally, unintentionally, are gonna get that ruined. So
mm.
no, that's a no-go. And I'm not putting, car seats on all my seats in the back. So I got it where my youngest two sit, but not the entire car. So
Yeah, dude. Let me hop over to some of these questions. Jobber, 24/7. Do dealerships inflate tags and title fees? Absolutely, yes, they do. Robert Castoro. Hi, Dan. Does it make any sense to look for a Mazda CX-5 when it might be a good timing to buy new? Yeah, if you're buying a brand new CX-5 from 2017 and up, brand new or 2017 and up, they actually switch transmission to a much better transmission. So yeah, I have no problem with Mazda. Second life, you got to hold on. Rand Joe, what do you guys think about how? Okay, we answered that question. Techfire. Car dealerships here are considered essential business, so they are staying open. I don't know where you have that, but that's kind of interesting. Second Life, what the fuck? Palisade front wheel drive limited with MSRP at 46.9. Dealership is asking for 56.9. Is that real? Yeah. Oh yeah. Dealers will mark up the prices. But Second Life, if you're looking for a Telluride, holler at us, text us. Like we want you to save money, not pay $10,000 over MSRP. Paul, before handing over the check, should always inspect the car. So I don't think delivery is a good idea. But with coronavirus, there's the only option. Like it's a brand new car. Like what is there to inspect, right? If whenever you're getting the car, you got your phone. If you just got the car and there's a scratch or a dent, you just take a picture of it and that's it. You know? Record everything. This tray, I wouldn't buy American if I wanted to drive Euro. Uh, Buy pre-owned Japanese cash is the smartest way, to my opinion. I have no problem with buying new cars as long as you're buying whatever you want and you're going to be keeping it for a long time. I mean, Cliff, how long do you plan to keep your Telluride for?
My Palisade, I only plan on
Yeah,
keeping it for.
yeah.
Um, I honestly don't know. Probably maybe about 4 years. So I have two older kids that are gonna be, probably moving out or going to college soon. So I'm
Mhm.
not gonna need a three-row SUV. But yeah, just in case I decide to keep it, you know.
I mean, you can keep that thing for like probably 200 miles. It's gonna blow up at 200 miles. I mean, the seats are gonna be fucked up. There's gonna be scratches inside. There's gonna be fucking stains all over the place. But at 200,000 miles, the car is still gonna be running. It's not. It may not look pretty after a bunch of kids, but it's gonna
Hmm.
work. You know.
Yeah.
4G, do not buy a crashed Tesla and fix it yourself. Rich Rebuilds on YouTube just had his Tesla fast charging feature disabled by Elon Musk. Yeah, that's why again I hate Tesla. I like their business model, but I hate everything else. And people are like, I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be fucking nice with all of you. But I fucking hate Tesla. Here's another reason why I absolutely hate Tesla. Tesla could have been helping people. Like Elon is all about, I'm about to go full Alex Jones here for a second. Fuck. He's all about let's save the fucking planet. Let's save the planet. Okay, Elon, let's save the planet. Whenever his cars were getting into minor accidents, it needed a door, it needed a bumper. You know what happened to those cars? Those cars were sent to auctions because Elon refused to sell parts for him. You need a bumper? Fuck you, buy a new car. That was what's going on. Only after thousands of people began to complain and insurance companies began to put pressure on Elon, he started to put out parts. Before that, it was big fuck you to everybody. It was fuck you to the customers, buy a new car. It was fuck you to the insurance company, buy a new car. You know? So why was he doing that? Because he was making no money. Because he was making absolutely no money, and he was doing everything he could to sell cars. So if it meant to be a piece of shit and not allow people to buy parts, and forcing people to buy new cars, that's what he was doing. That's why I don't really like Tesla. There's just so many things I don't fucking like. It's ridiculous. I mean, I seen some prices how much they were charging to fix something that would cost on an average car, $5,000 to fix. It would be like $20,000-$30,000 on Tesla. Crazy.
Yeah, but that was a good episode of Rich Rebuilds where he went along and was charging his car the regular way. that was that was pretty funny. So
I haven't seen it. I know the guy. Haven't seen the episode. So Tesla just disabled his. I know the situation where Tesla disables stuff. I know it's even this is your car. Tesla like, well, how about you go fuck yourself? We do whatever the fuck we want because it's our software. Yeah, it's your piece of metal. It's your fucking batteries. It's your plastic. This is your metal. This is your plastic. Congratulations. Congratulations. But it's our software. And if we tell you to fuck off, that's what you're getting. You're not getting our software. And the software is required to drive the fucking car. I mean, is that not bullshit? Right?
I
I
agree.
mean, that's ridiculous.
And he had even said that he had a friend that I think reactivated the feature, and they had like $1,000 bet on it. I could be misremembering. But then his friend, like a month later, he had his feature disabled, so he had to pay up. He didn't pay him $1,000 though. He got him a roll of toilet paper, some animal crackers. So it's a cute video.
Oh God. Yeah, but this is the situation. And here's the thing. Listen, if you if you go into a bar, right, and then you order a drink, and then you get kicked into a ball into your balls, right? You get punched in the fucking face. When would you go to that bar again? Never. Normal people would never do that. So I don't understand why people buy this. It's not lack of knowledge. It's not lack of knowledge because there's this situation that happened. Why would I buy a fucking car that at any point, for any fucking reason, the software the company decides to shut off the software, and my 50,000 fucking Tesla is more useless than a bag of fucking dildos. You know, like it's crazy. I mean, Ford can do the same thing. Toyota can do the same thing. Honda can do the same thing. Like all these cars are software driven, but at least they haven't been doing that. You know. I mean,
Hmm.
that's just my 2 cents on it.
I agree. And that's one of the bad things about Teslas is they are so technology dependent, more so than any other car out there. Tesla is dependent on everything. Like even to get into your AC controls, you can't do it unless you're in on the tablet. So like if something happened to that great big tablet they got and it got cracked or something,
Hmm?
what are you supposed to do then? You wouldn't be able to do anything.
Yeah, and to me, Elon is I mean, he's just a really big control freak over after the car has already been sold. Like he doesn't like he's the type of fucking girlfriend that will hunt you down. Okay.
Come back, you motherfucker.
I know, dude. Exactly. Like, like he doesn't have this thing where okay, hey, we sold this product. Hey, how about I'll have some fucking integrity and let people do whatever the fuck they want to do with it, right? He's all this, innovative engineering, pushing the boundaries, pushing the limits until anybody else is actually trying to push limits, push the boundaries, do any engineering, and try to do anything innovative, right?
Yep. And I think on, Rich Rebuilds, the way that he did his, where he rebuilt it, I mean, he was using Tesla parts and he had that car
Hmm?
inspected. So that was originally approved by Tesla, and then they went ahead and said, nope, and they disabled it. So it wasn't like he was putting in parts from, a Kia here and a Chevy here and a Lincoln here and a Mazda here. No, that was all Tesla parts, and I mean a lot of them were salvage parts, but like there were some things that he couldn't salvage. So to me, that was just like a shitty thing that they did, and they've done it to hundreds of other people that go and do that. And then at the end of the episode, he went and he pulled up a list of other people that were complaining about that, and I think that's like a really shitty thing to do. He revealed that he has the knowledge to do it, so those are Tesla parts in there. And if the Tesla guys approve it and they say it's good to go, what's the big deal? What do they think is going to happen to the car? I think
Well,
it's just a liability thing, but even then, they could just write off the liability.
yeah, yeah. Like Tesla is not fucking responsible for the car getting into a car accident, unless it was a. So here's what Tesla can do. Hey guys, if you have a rebuilt title Tesla, sorry that we're not responsible for anything. Clean title, not a problem. We'll still take a blame on that one. That's it. All you have to do is grow a pair of balls, have some fucking integrity in it. That's it. I'm gonna hop in and kill some of these questions. Jay Campos, can you explain the process of buying a car out of state? Is your home tax included out of the door price? Okay, Jay. So here's what you do: you shop nationwide. I shop within 48 states. See who gives me the best possible deal on a new car. I'll typically contact over 100 dealers on a new car. On a used car, it's gonna be somewhere between 80 and 100, somewhere in there. The process is exactly the same. Um, okay, have sent where you drive there. Hold on. Chopped by loss. You have you have way more people tuned in. You have great content. Dan, keep up. Thanks, appreciate it. Okay. Yeah. Cliff, again, if you want to grab a question, just take any you want. Rant Rain Joe, what happens when you crash their car during test drive? Okay, so if you ever crash a car during a test drive, all that shit is insured, so don't even worry about it. And don't let the dealership try to tell you, hey, we're gonna go through your insurance company. Like that's bullshit. They are paying for insurance for a fucking reason, right? Max77, the Tesla batteries are just bad for Earth. Again, not trying to be super fucking 2020, save the Earth. None of that shit, because we're gonna fuck it up anyways. But yeah, dude, recycling these batteries, like nobody still, Cliff, maybe you know something more than I don't. Still, nobody knows how to recycle these batteries. You know
Nope.
anything about that?
That's the other thing. They don't know how to recycle them, and the cores that they have to pop out of them
Hmm?
when the batteries are done. I mean, they had to treat that just like any other radioactive waste. I mean, they can strip out some of the metals, but the
Hmm?
actual core of the battery, that's a long, lengthy process that has to undergo a lot of chemicals in order to be nullified. But even then, those cells then have to be put into a container to be um, to be sealed up because they're not really good. So
Yeah, I
let me
absolutely agree.
let me answer
Um,
this one from uh Corgi. The one thing I'm worried about right now in manufacturers 10-year 100,000 powertrain warranty being nullified because you didn't do your car car maintenance at the dealership. Um, yeah, but the thing with like Hyundai is they gave you 3 years of maintenance on them. So you just got to take your car in there to get it done. But then after that, you have the option of telling them, I don't want synthetic put in the 5W30. But I did ask my dealer, and he told me that if I wanted to go outside and get it done, then I can do that, and they still honor the warranty. So,
so you can change the oil anywhere you want, correct?
yeah, you can do it anywhere you want, but it's just they have to log it into some type of system. I know, like at Tires Plus, they do it. A lot of these other bigger
Carfax.
stores
If
do
I'm
it.
not mistaken, it's Carfax.
Yeah, and they just have to log it to show that it was actually done. So,
Ooh. Let me throw a little gold nugget for everybody that's here. Guys, here's what you do. You gotta have $1,000 folder. You know, I'm gonna be like making an official video on it at some point, but I'll just throw you the skeleton of it. You gotta have $1,000 folder in your car because this folder will increase your sale price of your car by $1,000. So you have a folder with every single fucking receipt and miles and shit. So every single oil change, every single tire rotation, whatever you do on the car, like every single receipt, save it in there. And people used to do that in the 80s. I don't know what happened in the 90s that like they stopped doing that, but you need that. Like stop relying on Carfax and everybody else to be doing your work for you. Like you gotta have this fucking folder. If you care about resale of your car, this folder is gonna be worth $1,000. That's it. Just because you decided. Imagine this. Every time you put a piece of paper in there, that piece of paper is worth, let's say, I don't know, $20, $30. Just because you decided to save the receipt. That's it.
yeah, that's what the Kia owners went back through when they had the big recall on the Sorrentos
Hmm?
um, years ago. They had the big recalls on all the Sorrentos because of the engines and the transmissions. Well, those people didn't have their receipts because, you know, people don't keep receipts anymore.
Hmm?
And Kia said, hey, you don't have your receipts. We're not going to honor the warranty on your car. And those people, I mean, that really got a lot of people pissed. And that's one of the reasons that Kia eventually wound up getting bought out by Hyundai. So,
When so hold on, Kia is 100% owned by Hyundai right now?
no, right now they only own, I think, a third
Yeah, that's what I
of
thought. It
them.
was 30% or
Yeah.
something. Yeah. Jobber 24/7. I still have receipts. The Carfax app allows you to upload receipts. Oh yeah, absolutely do that. Techfire. If you do it yourself, then keep notebook with all the receipts and the mileage when it was done. Absolutely. Like I'm telling you guys, it's this folder is $1,000 folder. So I would highly recommend. Yeah, flyby. Even if you do your own receipts, you know, on a notebook, you can write down whenever you changed oils. You can have one page in a notebook just for oil changes.
And on most cars, they have a maintenance log on the very back of your owner's manual. They always have a thing that,
Hmm.
you can write down. So,
Joe Zilla, any tips negotiating with no-Haggle pricing dealership? Number one, you just offer them the price. If they say we don't haggle, you ask them, why would I buy a car from you instead of anybody else if you're selling the exact same product as everybody else? Shut up and listen. You're going to hear somebody who is 55 years old tell you something so stupid, you're going to laugh your ass off. Because we have great customer service. Dude, I'm not getting a blowjob. I don't need customer service, okay? Like, give me the lowest price. That's it. And if they say, no, we're not going to negotiate, not a problem, dude. I guess I'll buy a car somewhere else. There are 40,000 dealerships in America. Cliff, think about this. There are more dealerships in America than there's McDonald's in the world.
yep.
If you
And that's why
like,
you got to contact so many dealers.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I absolutely agree. Jobber 24/7. Now that's a good time to expose them. Yeah, yeah, guys. All right, guys. Do you have any other questions, or we're gonna be starting to wrap this up? Cliff, do you wanna throw any words of wisdoms in there?
My only words of wisdom is to do research. That's my only pearl. If you can take away anything else, I mean, you can have people like Dan negotiate for you on the price of a car and everything. But number one is do your research. Don't look at a car and be like, yeah, that's the car I'm gonna get. Do research and don't be so set on a car that you don't want to look at anything else. So that's my only 2 cents.
Yeah, be open to other manufacturers, be open to other models. You know, if one is really sticking and they don't want to negotiate, let's say you contacted a bunch of Kias and they're not willing to do anything, well, shit, let's try Toyota, let's try Honda, you know, let's try Kia, let's try Mazda, see what's out there. All right, guys, everybody, thank you for tuning in. Flyby, thanks for coming in. Cliff, I love having you here. Maybe we can do this again at some point. We're gonna sign off on this one. Have a good one, y'all.